In the summer of 1518, the town of Strasbourg, nestled along the Rhine River, was about to experience one of the strangest events in history. What started as a seemingly harmless dance by a single woman quickly spiraled into a full-blown epidemic that left the townsfolk in disbelief. But this was not a celebration or a festival, it was something far more eerie and inexplicable. What could have possibly driven an entire town to dance uncontrollably, and what would be the price they paid for it? Her name was Frau Trophia, a name that would go down in infamy. On hot July morning, she stepped into the streets and began to dance. But this was no ordinary dance, it was frenzied, wild, and relentless. She danced without stopping, her body moving as if controlled by some unseen force. The townspeople watched in astonishment as she continued for hours, in days, without rest. But as strange as it was, no one could have predicted what would happen next. Little did they know, Frau Trophia was just the beginning. As the days went by, others began to join Frau Trophia. One by one, more citizens were overtaken by the same uncontrollable urge to dance. Men, women, and even children were caught up in this bizarre plague, their bodies moving to a rhythm only they could hear. Within a week, dozens of people were dancing in the streets, and soon that number grew to hundreds. What was causing this madness? Was it some kind of collective hysteria, or was there something more sinister at play? With the number of dancers growing by the day, the town's authorities were desperate for a solution. They consulted physicians who diagnosed the dancers with hot blood and recommended a surprising cure: more dancing, believing that the only way to cure the afflicted was to let them dance it out. The authorities constructed a stage and even hired musicians to play lively tunes. But this decision would prove disastrous as the dancing only intensified. Why would the authorities encourage such madness, and how long could this terrifying dance go on? As the days turned into weeks, the consequences of the solution became tragically clear. The dancers began to collapse from exhaustion, their bodies unable to sustain the relentless movement. Many succumbed to heart attacks, strokes, or sheer physical fatigue. The streets of Strasbourg became a grim scene, with bodies lying where they fell. Yet, the dancing continued as if driven by a force beyond human control. What could explain this deadly phenomenon? Was it curse, a disease, or something else entirely? Centuries later, scholars and scientists have proposed various theories to explain the dancing plague. Some believe it was caused by ergot poisoning, a toxic mold that grows on damp rye and can induce hallucinations and spasms. Others suggest it was a form of mass hysteria, a psychological phenomenon where individuals in a group experience the same extreme behaviors, but neither theory fully explains the sheer scale and intensity of the event. Could there be an explanation we have yet to uncover? The dancing plague of 1518 eventually faded as mysteriously as it began. but the haunting memory of those who danced to their deaths lingers in history. A reminder of how little we truly understand the human mind and the forces that can drive us to the brink. To this day, the dancing plague remains one of the most bizarre and unsettling episodes in medical history, a case that continues to baffle experts and ignite the imagination. Alright, so guys, this was the wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and thanks for watching.